Holy moly, we're live and welcome one and all to episode 64 of the Megavision Show, the companion podcast to Megavision's magazine. Today is December the 20th, 5 days before Christmas, December the 20th, 2020. I'm Graham Cookson, the production editor of Megavisions, and joining me this week, his chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, and Jack Frost is nipping at his nose. It's Scotty Moe, the managing editor of Megavisions. Hey, Scotty.
Hello.
Hello. And once again, we're going out live. It seemed to work last week, so we thought we'll give it a go. Let's do it again. Let's see how well this goes. So yeah, we're live again on Twitch. So please come keep us company and fire off any questions you have in the chat. So if you're with us already, just keep those questions coming in. We'll try and get to them as we go through the show. Have a bit of fun. Get engaged. And as always, we're answering some of your burning questions. We'll have our picks of the week. And we've got our feature discussion coming up where we're looking at our favourite Christmas games that are not Christmas nights. That's far too easy. So the mood is right. The spirits are up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. It's time for this week's Megavision Show. So, as always, Scotty, let's take a moment to discuss our week. So, please, after you, how's it going, buddy, and how's your week been?
It's fine. I just walked upstairs from Rachel playing Animal Crossing. They've got their snowy theme thing going on right now, where you can make a perfect snow boy. That's what a snowman is in there.
Oh wow! Okay.
But you only get one chance a day to roll up the balls to make them. And she was running around, like I just went down right before we went live to tell her, and she's running around and she missed one. I was like, there's one right there, there's a snowball. So she runs up to it and accidentally like kicked it, and it just dissipated. And I just lost it. I thought it was hilarious because that's gone for the day now. It doesn't come back because it was just like her character like runs along, runs up to it, and then kicks it. It was kind of like oh, there it is, fuck it, fuck this. So I just had to share that real quick. But honestly, not been doing a whole lot really outside of streams and work and trying to watch some Christmas movies here or there. Mm-hmm. I'll mention it because I'm not going to get to talk about it later. I did do my annual Christmas night stream. Not much to go into with that except Iron Chef, what up? You were there for pretty much the whole thing. Shouts out to you, and hello chat. How's everyone doing?
Dude.
We did learn that people do speedrun Christmas nights, and by people I mean there is one person that has a speedrun entry of 13 minutes on speedrun.com. So I'm going to try to get my name on there. It was decided, and I had an unexpectedly work is crap right now, and like I was just having a crap day. It was Wednesday after I streamed. And I look into the chat after last night. I had mentioned I was going to speed run it, and like there's so much positivity in our community, in our chat. Like it genuinely cheered me up at the end of my work day that people were like, "Do it, you got this, you can." Like I haven't even started to try to speed run, but everybody's already like on my side for trying to do this. And it took a little searching to find the specific video because I'm new to the speedrun scene. I've never looked at this site before. It seems to happen after I stream. I'll like start looking at speedrun.com and kind of need to stop myself because that was where I found. I actually talked about this on our last stream, our Thursday night throwdown. I looked up Sonic R speedruns because I'm like, I love that game. I know it pretty well. And I looked them up and immediately got depressed because the way that people do it is through the HD version on PC, but they do either hacked or non-hacked or whatever it is versions. And the speed runs are like for like 3 minutes for the whole game. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, exactly. So I load it and you have to film your speed run and stuff. Happy Dude knows all about this because he does speed runs. And so I loaded up one video, and it's literally they cross the starting line and then they go to the edge of the level and like clip out and just literally run around the post that is the starting and finish line, and that's how they get a lap. I'm like, that's not even like. You're not even playing the game. Like I understand glitch runs and stuff, and they're cool, and I've seen like crazy Fallout ones and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, let's look up. So there's a way to look up like OG hardware and whatever else. So I found that for Christmas nights. The Christmas nights requirement is you have to beat Sonic into Dreams, one run of Claris, one run of Elliot, and then essentially see the credits roll. So the only thing I have to do And I don't know how familiar you are with knights and their bosses, Graham, but there's a way to get a one-hit kill on Gilwing. You know which one Gilwing is?
Yeah.
So he's got a star on the end of his tail, and if you do a paraloop around that, it kills him in one shot. So I cannot get that down to do it every time. I've done it like accidentally almost every time I've done it. So if I can get that down, though, I think I could actually. I mean, if anything, I'd be second on the leaderboard because there's only one person up there right now. But it would be cool to like hold some sort of record, you know. So
okay. Yeah, I feel like I might have done that Gilwing thing actually by accident with some friends. Like we randomly just did it. Like, we got one hit kill. Like, but this is back before the internet really. So it's like when Knights first came out and stuff. And yeah, okay, that rings a bell. Weirdly, one thing Iron Chef mentions about it being 5 minutes 55 on Christmas nights. Is that the speedrun time?
That's I can look at it in real time. Iron Chef, were you looking at the OG hardware, or which run were you looking at? Because they have them up for like the HD version. They have them up for the PS2 version, and then also the Saturn version.
Okay.
So I can filter this to Saturn again.
When you talk about Sonic R, though, that reminds me of when I heard about the world record breaker for speedruns on Ocarina of Time, and it was like 20 minutes or something ridiculous. It was really low, sub 30 minutes. And I was like, that can't be possible. But yeah, it was just like a glitch run. They have to go into the Deku Tree, the first dungeon. They get to the first boss room, they kill the first boss, and then they have to stand by the door and like do these intricate steps. Like you do like a couple of forward steps back and then do a backward somersault or something. You have to be on the right spots, and then that warps you to the final Ganon boss. And I was just like you just said, you haven't played the game. Like, okay, yeah, I appreciate the ability to do that and stuff, but it is just like, I don't know. I'd like to see a speed run where we actually are running through, doing it, like just doing
those
the bare
are more
minimum to get by. Yeah,
those are more interesting. The ones you see, the ones where like Sonic for like I've watched some for Sonic 3. It's more interesting when you watch a game that you know. Okay, yeah, Happy Dude's looking at the same one. I'm not sure if you were looking at a different. Okay, yeah, HD is the one that Iron Chef was looking at. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to just try. Like, for me, it's not like I want to like destroy this time and be the top forever, because that'll take the fun out of it. And I thought about streaming when I do my speed runs, but I was like, I'm not going to do that on the week after I just did my annual Christmas night stream, because I don't think that would be as lax and entertaining for people. But I might stream my speed runs. What was I getting at though? Oh, but that was the thing. Like, it's more fun to watch the games that you know really well, because then you can see like I've played this game for decades. I've never seen this before, because I was watching like Sonic 3 speed runs where people will like you like push yourself up against a wall so that suddenly Sonic is standing still, but he like zips up into the level, or the level itself. The camera pans up and like randomly he's like shot above the checkpoint or the goalpost or something at the end, like crazy stuff like that. But it's fun to watch that stuff. It's very insane. And let me get back to the outline here and not drown myself out with whiteness on my face. Apologies if that's happening, everybody. That's really it, though. I don't have any pickups because everything's coming in for Christmas, and I need to watch what I spend right now until other things come in. I did, however, of course, pre-order and in essence purchased for the third time the Panzer Dragoon remake. I got the classic edition for PS4. Okay. So that'll be I debated. I'm like, I want to support the hell out of this game, of course, but I was like, do I need to do the classic edition? Because I got the classic edition for Switch coming in on Tuesday, I think. That's for those that don't know, Limited Run recently acquired a bunch of Saturn jewel cases. So that's these bigger ones here. And they got stuff coming out that they're putting into those. The classic edition of Panzer Dragoon remake on Switch is in that, and they did one for PS4. And I was like, well, I want to still have it physically on PS4, and like just the flat out physical version's $40, but then the classic was 60. So I'm like, $20 more, may as well do it. But then I just double checked because the cases looked identical. And I'm like, I'm going to own the same case twice. I don't think I need to do that. But the one says Switch, the other one says Limited Run instead of PS4. So that's on its way because I'm crazy. And we already know that they're remaking Zwei, but I want to help as much as It's the same as Chris Powell buying every version of Streets of Rage 4 that he possibly could. So, I don't do this for every Sega release or anything, but we need Saga remade. More people need to experience that.
Yeah. Are you getting, because there's that other limited one that's coming out by a different company with the little
hell no
dual statue thing? I am more tempted by that, I must admit. That seems pretty cool.
I mean, I don't really have the space right now, and those laser etched things boggle my mind because they. I don't know. I don't think they all look that great. My mom had the option for my brother, who's a Marine. You can get, like, when they graduate, it's basically like, get all this stuff for your Marine. It's like the equivalent of like moms with marching band having their buttons of their kid's face on their jackets and stuff, so it's like, get this with his face, get this with his face. So my mom like went crazy with that stuff, and she has a laser etched cube with my brother's face in it. And maybe that's why I think they're kind of dumb, because that was my introduction to them. But yeah, what we're talking about is Forever. Is it Forever Limited? Forever Entertainment did the remake for Panzer Dragoon, and they have a collection that has a laser etched dragon in a cube, and then a fancy box and like other stuff, which I literally saw it after I hit checkout on Limited Run for the classic. But that thing's like $120 that you're talking about. So I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I didn't actually look at the price. I was like, but then I don't know. I don't really go for the limited stuff that often. I think the Panzer Dragoons on the Switch is the only limited run games thing I've ever bought. So yeah, from Limited Run at least. But yeah,
you're smarter for staying away from that. Sorry, I kind of that's everything I've been up to, but not really, and also just diving into the speedrunning world. I know that's a slippery slope, but all I have on this site right now is I'm following I'm following Nights to keep up with the times in there, following Sonic R, which is unfortunately all kinds of glitch crap, but I'm just curious,
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'm interested in the speedrun stuff. I just haven't done it. Haven't really got into it.
I want to say one more thing. I thought I was going all out by just wearing my Die Hard ugly sweater, which I think you have one like this, because to show the listeners, it's got the Nakatomi logo, and then the Glock that he uses, like the whole thing. It says, "Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho," and it has machine guns below it. But that's
my one is
didn't
that.
Chris get you that one year? I remember listening to the Nerds podcast where he like surprised you with it or something.
Yeah. So I've actually got that. It's got exactly the same writing on, but the design, it's got more colours in it. It's actually really weirdly hard to read. So every time I've worn it, out and about or like work or wherever, people just look at it and say, "Oh, Christmas jumper." And I'm like, no, it's a Die Hard one. Look at it. Look at me. Look at me. And it's like they have to really go, "Oh, I see it now." Yeah, like some people are like, "Yeah, that's really cool." Other people are like, "Oh, yeah." But yeah, so I actually don't wear it as often as I wish I did, because most people look at it and they just don't. It doesn't even register in their brain that it's got the words there for Die Hard. But your one,
I mean, this was like a $10 Amazon thing that you could get in any color. It's not really showing up, but I tried to wear a maroon, like a darker red underneath it. But a quick story about this. It's hilarious that the year I got this, I mainly got it for an ugly sweater party we were hosting at my house with my roommates. And I share an Amazon Prime account with my buddy AJ. And we were talking about the party and whatever. And then like a little bit time goes by and he's like, "You fucking asshole." I'm like, "What did I do?" He's like, "I saw what you just ordered on Amazon, and I literally just ordered a sweatshirt and some blood paint to write on it like he did in the movie." So I'm wearing this at my party, and AJ shows up with like a gray sweatshirt, and it's supposed to look like blood, the same thing from the movie. So that's why him and I are best friends, basically. Like, literally the same day we bought this, essentially the same thing for the party. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, maybe in our little break, I'll see if I can hunt out my Die Hard one.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have I got this little stocking back here. I lost my Santa hat from forever ago that I used to wear for band gigs and to work, but it's gone now.
Your stocking is actually off camera at the moment because our cameras are quite small on the screen. Yeah. We don't have the lovely widescreen ones at the moment.
Let me put it over here.
That's much better. Yes. In shot on your shoulder. Like it.
It's going to be like, I don't want to.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
As soon as that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah. I just realized you can't see. I've got another thing behind me. Maybe I'll stick that to my chair. There we go.
Sure. I don't have any lights or anything. I asked Rachel, I was like, do I need to get streamer lights? Like, I don't know. I got enough going on in the background, I think.
We don't need that. No, that's cool.
So, but what have you been up to?
Well, before I get on to my stuff, the chat is heating up. Let's have a quick look at this. What's going on here? Sorry, I have to keep looking over to my laptop because I can't have it on my screen at the same time, which is really annoying. So happy H2O Happy Dude says zips and clips in old games are insane. However, I do have a 2-second record in WWF WrestleMania because of rules exploitation.
Damn.
Bloody hell. 2 seconds.
How long is the actual video then?
Oh my god. Yeah, like have a 10-minute introduction. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. And Iron Chest says Phantasy Star 3 and 4 need HD remaking. Yes, I can agree with that. And Happy H2O Dude says Phantasy Star 4 was his first RPG, so I'd love to see it remade. Yeah. I have to admit, I've not replayed the Phantasy Star games that much, but
yeah, me neither.
Quite a lot. I played through Phantasy Star, the first one, earlier this year. Was it last year? And really enjoyed it. Great game. So, yeah. And
Antichrist just streamed that yesterday. Well, we're streaming right now Sunday. Antichrist did his stream yesterday. He does them on Saturday now. He played some Phantasy Star 4, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I just said Die Hard Arcade Saturn needs a 3rd place speedrun. There you go, Scotty. The challenge is there for you.
I'll look at Die Hard Arcade. See, I don't have that. That's one I'm hunting for.
If I can find it in the UK for you, sir, would you like me to get it?
Yeah, hell yeah. That thing's crazy priced anywhere.
Is it?
So,
I
don't know. I don't know about the UK version, but I know it's just hard to search for and find adequately because a lot of people sell the arcade board itself.
Okay.
So it's hard to sift through those sometimes, and that. You try to find the lot sales where people have no idea what they have and things like that. So
yeah,
I'll look at the speed run for that. I'll take a look at it. H2O. He did say also once you get into the leaderboard, you'll find almost everything you want to run is wide open. And I feel like that does apply. Like honestly, Graham, if you or I walked onto speedruns.com, because that's how the internet works. You just walk through the sites, set your surfboard aside. You and I have pretty weird, unique tastes. Like if we looked on there for a certain game, there's probably not speed runs up there for certain things that we're into that no one else cares about. You know what I mean?
Wonder if there's a pen one.
Let me look up. You can start talking about your day and stuff, or your week, but I'll look up Zero Tolerance because I'm pretty sure no one's done that game. But let's see.
I've never actually finished that game. I'm not going to lie. That's it's a game I love, but I've just never. It's quite tough. I've died more times than I've won it. Annoyingly, trying to get ready sort of plans and stuff for Christmas. I don't know if you know about the UK, but we've got restrictions across the UK, different restrictions for different areas. We go from tier 1 to tier 3 until yesterday, where they introduced tier 4. So my region, which was doing really well up until not that long ago, suddenly went into tier 3, which means very restricted movement. You can't really leave the area and stuff. And now we're on tier 4, which is the new thing they've introduced, which weirdly Chris Powell was joking about the other week. He's like, why didn't you go to tier 4? And I was like, there is no tier 4. That's basically Armageddon. Well, we're now in tier 4, which is basically back into lockdown. Like the only shops that are really open are food shops, like supermarkets, for example, or little grocery stores and stuff like that. No non-essential stuff, which is really annoying because I wanted to pop out and get some stuff before Christmas because I had the last minute things to get. And I had to jump on Amazon and get those basically because the shops are shut today. Yeah, it's literally like yesterday they announced it and said this is in effect from midnight basically. So today we have to do.
That's much more strict than what we did, or at least Pennsylvania went back into a certain tier of lockdown. They announced Thursday that it would go into effect Saturday. So it wasn't immediate, but it didn't really affect that much, honestly. It was mainly restaurants going to, I think, lower than 50% capacity. And I forget what else exactly, but yeah.
Yes. So for us here in tier 3, restaurants and stuff cannot be open for dining in, but you could do takeaway. And tier 4, you still can do takeaway, but it's just a lot more restrictive in most places now. It's just really, it's basically being back in lockdown. It's really annoying.
But actually, now that I think about it, that it was funny because it got called in, or it was announced on the news that night when I was literally going to get a pizza that we ordered for takeout. And I walk in, like, I'm literally parked my car, and Rachel texts me. She's like, sends me the shot of like our mayor announced whatever for Pittsburgh. And I'm walking in to get pizza, and I see people sitting at the table. And in my head, I'm just like, enjoy your final meals, I guess.
Yeah. So. The annoying thing, though, is that they were going to relax all lockdown laws over Christmas period for like 4 or 5 days or something. Between like, I think it was between the 23rd to the 28th. They were going to relax it.
So counterproductive.
I know, but it's just so people could, people can have a vaguely normal Christmas. But it was only like two or three households could meet. You can't like go and see everybody and stuff.
How the hell do you track that?
Well, exactly, that is one ridiculous thing. But people were gearing up for a relatively normal Christmas. But now they've announced this: anyone in tier 4 cannot meet up with anybody. Other people are allowed to meet up with like one other household, like other tiers, like tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, but it's only for one day, which is Christmas Day now. So people were planning on like staying with their family and their relatives and stuff for a few days, which is kind of what we were thinking of doing because my brother lives up in Manchester. So that's like the north of England, basically. But for you guys, it's nothing. For us, it's a 6-hour drive, which seems like a long way away. So we'd stay the night. But for you guys, that's probably just a trip to the shop.
I mean, that comes down to the person because, like, I could do a 6-hour drive in a day. When I go to MagFest, the convention MagFest, it's only a 4, maybe a 5-hour drive. So that can be done. That's not too bad if you like get off work at 5 and zip down there. You can get there by 9 or 10 at night. 6-hour drive, it probably depend on when you're done, but and who's driving, but yeah.
But with the new lockdown rules, we can't even leave anyway, so we're in tier 4. So that's basically it's basically Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, has cancelled Christmas. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But I understand why. It's, as you said, when people are mixing at Christmas, it kind of is counterproductive to what is going on. So it's and I don't know if you've heard that. I don't know if it's happening in America, but over here, the actual COVID is, we've got a new strain of the virus, so it's actually a little bit different. It's they say it's not going to make you iller or sicker. It's the same sickness, but it's faster spreading. So it's just somehow it's more spreadable. Like it spreads a lot faster. They're saying that the vaccine that's come out and we're getting. Will still work. It's still fine, but it's just that's kind of why I think they're a bit paranoid. They're like, shit, this is not good. Clearly it's not good. So
man, you guys got COVID New Game Plus over there.
Exactly. Yeah, we got the expansion pack first.
COVID 20.
But I'd rather have a Christmas where we're stuck indoors than like no Christmas at all next year or something, rather than like, loved ones dying or what have you. So anyway, let's move away from that. Let's move away from the COVID stuff. A bit like you, I've been watching a few Christmas movies. So I actually watched Die Hard with some friends the other night for doing like a Zoom call while we were watching Die Hard. And we wanted to do the thing where you can do a watch party on Amazon and stuff. I don't know if you know that if you're using the desktop version of Amazon, you can do a watch party. You have like up to 100 friends or something. I think I remember hearing about that only because after lockdown, everybody was like, "Oh, we need to max this out because who the hell is going to have only 3 people in the room or something now?" I know Discord changed their minimums with that too. Okay. The problem is though, not everyone in my group of friends has like Amazon and stuff, so basically it became a thing of let's just have a Zoom call and we all do 3, 2, 1, play. But if 2 of us had like a slightly extended version, we had like 6 minutes extra footage. So ours were like 2 hours, 12-minute long movies. The others were 2 hours, 6. And then one person didn't get to press play at the same time and stuff. So some people were like going, "Oh my God," like getting really excited. Everyone's like, "Oh." It's just one of those things. It's still fun. It's a fun event though. So,
what's the additional 6 minutes or whatever? I feel like we're both pretty big diehard aficionados that we would know. Oh, I think I know what it is actually. It might be on the plane. He flirts a little bit more with the stewardess, maybe. Maybe that's an
there wasn't
outtake.
6 minutes of that. That's for sure.
I mean, like, additionally.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think there's a bit when he's escaping. I've forgotten his Carl. I don't even remember Carl, the guy with the really long blonde hair. One of the bad guys. There's a bit where he's escaping him through the air vents and stuff. I think it's just after he's got his feet shot out or something. I can't actually. Is it that bit? But basically, he goes into the air. He goes into the elevator shaft air vent thing. And he's like hanging off with a cord using his machine gun like strap to try and reach to another vent or something in the elevator shaft.
Okay, yeah.
That bit. I think that bit is slightly longer than the one I watched because there was bits of it I was watching going, I don't remember this bit being that long. And when I mentioned it to everyone else, because everyone was like, oh, we're on to this bit. I was like, oh, we're still in the elevator shaft. They're like, what? Like, they're almost like, what elevator shaft almost? So I think it might have been that bit. So maybe that bit got cut out and he's just in like in a little air vent because he pulls out his lighter. I don't know if you remember, he pulls out his lighter and it's like a famous scene. Yeah.
There's Christmas ornaments of it and everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the only I can think of.
Yeah, looking on IMDb real quick, it says like there's an extended power shutdown sequence, opening flight scene, brief dialogue in the first Hans and McClane confrontation. So a couple things that probably add up over time.
Okay, yeah. It's probably like 20 seconds here, 20 seconds there, but
yeah, nothing to write home about. And speaking of time, the speed run for Zero Tolerance is 22 minutes and 6 seconds.
Wow.
The requirement, it says here, let me back up and get the rules for it. It says, starts when you have chosen a character and ends when the last boss will drop a second time. Because there are 2 phases of the last boss.
Spoiler alert.
So, I mean, you could definitely we should just fucking do a speed run of Zero Tolerance and it would just be on the board because there's only one on there and it's the any percentage for 22 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, H2 Happy Dude mentions there is one for Ill Bleed. We've been trying to push Corey to do an Ill Bleed speed run because there's only like 3 times on the whole thing. So,
oh, that'd be good.
You just got to find those games no one plays, and then you make it on the board, basically.
Oh man, yeah. So, I actually have a couple of pickups. So let's go on to that. Sorry.
Nice.
So yeah, my week. So unlike you, I didn't hold off getting some pickups because I'm an idiot. And I went into a shop that sells retro games to trade in some stuff. I was trading in some DVDs and things like that. But they also sell retro games. And, I traded in like 50 DVDs and got like £2 or something ridiculous. It was stupid. But I just need to I've got no space. I don't know if you can see. I've got like no shelf space behind me there. I've got some shelves here which have got no space. But yeah, so I had boxes of some stuff. But anyway, and so with my £2, I got to spend way more money than that. So I picked up 2 things. So one of them is a game I already own. I've got it on the Dreamcast and I've got it on the GameCube. And I bought it on the Dreamcast again because I lost the first disc. And that is Skies of Arcadia. So this is one of my favourite RPGs of all time. It's probably the closest thing I've played to Panzer Dragoon Saga. I love this. But I lost my first disc. I have no idea where disc 1 went. And some people were like, oh, you can probably go on eBay and find disc 1. But like, I found like a couple of listings and they were like super expensive for 1 disc. I'm like, don't really want to spend like £50 for 1 disc of a game. And I know the game together is expensive. And it was more expensive when I first bought it, when it first came out. Because it was like £40 back then. And this was a little bit more. But it wasn't crazy expensive. So I was like, I'm going to go for it because I'm like, I just really want to get it. I'm fed up.
I'm surprised you found it in a shop that they had it.
Well, yeah, this shop's really weird. Like most of the time, it sells almost everything. So like DVDs, like old phones and stuff. It also sells some retro games and like Xbox games as well and PlayStation games. But yeah, sometimes it's got retro games and you can find some good gems there. So yeah, pick that bad boy up. So happy with that. Got that back again, completed that, and. Well, also the only Mega Drive game you'll ever need to play, which is, and to be honest, I only bought this to try and complete my collection. It's Captain Planet. Oh god, my reflection here is bad. 1 second, let's move that light away. Don't know if that's better. The Captain Planet game. I don't know if you played this before. Do you know Captain Planet? Actually, do you know of Captain Planet?
Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Heart, Go Planet.
Yes. So anyone watching, listening, whatever, Captain Planet is like an old 90s cartoon. So it's like Captain Planet and the Planeteers. And essentially, don't know if you can see on the box there.
Planet, he is a hero. I'm gonna take pollution down to zero. Don't copyright us, please, DMCA assholes.
So yeah, there's like 5 kids, and they've all got these special like power rings, and one is for like fire, water, wind, earth, and heart. And they each have like they can use those powers. Like water can make water jet at someone and stuff, and fire can create fire. But when they put their rings together, they create Captain Planet. He's like this cool, almost silvery looking dude who's a
green
proper
mullet
superhero. Yeah, with a cool green mullet, which is the main thing. And he's like a superhero. He's strong. He can fly and stuff.
Yeah, chat's popping off right now.
Oh yes, yeah. I love it. I love the chat. But yeah, and his one weakness is pollution. So each week there's like a message about being environmentally friendly and stuff, which, you know, I respect. I think that's awesome. We need more cartoons like that. So yeah, and that's basically what this game is. You go through 9 levels of fighting deadly pollution, basically.
Is it a platformer? How did it do that? It's
kind of a platform. Oh, it's not these
screenshots.
Ooh, sorry. It's it's a platform game. I don't think that's coming out on my camera properly. But
sort of.
Yeah.
See a big skull.
Yeah, there's like a giant skull in one thing. There's a chick with very blonde hair, like a giant head. There's someone like fighting a helicopter.
Iron Chef just sang the theme song in the chat as well. He said that Heart is OP as an overpowered. That's what I was going to say. He says, or they say, wonder if he fights pollution better than Awesome Possum. That's another environmentally sound game, Awesome Possum, which is a total Sonic wannabe, but he fights like Dr. Pollution or something stupid. I can't remember.
No,
yeah, Awesome Possum. And he also asked, they also asked, said, I wish I could go in a retro shop. I'm lazy. My car's still under a meter of snow, and it's snowing right now. It's actually snowing here. We got another couple inches after getting a foot last week. And Iron Chef asked, do you still have to trade in a new Bentley for a copy of the UK Shenmue 2?
Surprisingly, Shenmue 2 is actually not that expensive. It's not super cheap, but it's less than £100. It's like £50-60, I think, at the moment. So yeah, it's not. I'd say that's not terrible for a great Dreamcast game.
Speaking of that, I looked up Skies of Arcadia real quick, and loose in America goes for $75. Buckaroonski's complete is estimated to be $114. So,
oh wow! I can tell you how much I paid for it. It was £65. So
that's less than the loose version.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird the prices you get sometimes, but yeah,
it's dumb. Part of that
Chef says, "Oh, going to buy Shenmue 2 soon." Yes, grab it if you can. Yeah, but yeah, that's it for my week. Yeah, I guess that will move on to our next section, which will be we don't have any feedback, so we won't have that. But we've got one thing for the mail sack. Is that correct, Scotty?
Yeah.
So let's introduce the section. It's Scotty Moe's Mail Sack of Wonder.
Yeah, it's the mail sack. We got the mail sack. Beautiful mail sack. Oh, nope, that's wrong. That's very wrong.
That's right. It's time for the mail sack. We got nothing on Twitter, but in our Discord, Frozen Fox or TJ, we asked if anybody's got favorite Christmas games, things like that. Chat, if you want to sound off, feel free. We asked for favorite Christmas games outside of Christmas nights. Yakuza 5 is what TJ said, with Hudson and Miku's snow sculptures, Hunting in the Snow, and Santa Sajima, which he gave us a picture of Santa Sajima. All it says in the text bubble there is twitted. The hell's that? Don't matter. I ain't got presents for you now. I don't. Maybe the kid mentioned Twitter or something. I've not played that one. I haven't played any Yakuza that much.
So I haven't played 5 either, but I've seen the video footage from the missions where you dress up as Santa. It's really funny. Like the kids are chasing after you and stuff. Like the whole reason why you dress up as Santa is to fight some thugs who are beating up Santa people. basically these thugs are just beating up people dressed as Santa. So you dress up as Santa to try and like take these out, these thugs. But the kid's like, it's Santa! And like, you've got to try and escape them on it. Which is great.
Nice. The best survival horror minigame.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to mention, I just thought of it now, but and I tweeted about it. Animal Crossing has some Christmas stuff going on again, but Rachel actually dressed up her character as Clarice from Christmas Nights into Dreams with a little Christmas jumper and changed her hair to pink and her eyes are red and all this insanity. So,
so it's not an official Clarice thing. It's just you can just do that. Yeah.
Oh, is it Clarice? Or I call her Clarice because I'm a dumb American.
Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. I just call it Clarice. I don't know.
Never say it anywhere in the game, so I'm just going by reading it.
I'm kind of going off, I guess, what's it called? Silence the Lamb. Hello, Clarice.
Yeah, that's the only time I've heard it. Otherwise, I guess, too. Chat, do you guys have any favorite Christmas games? I think somebody said something earlier. Let's scroll up a little bit.
Iron Chef has said, MFG. Yes, Yakuza 5. It takes place in December. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Around Christmas time.
Gotcha. Die Hard, they mentioned, is on that list, right?
Of course. Die Hard.
So I guess it would be. Die Hard Arcade, probably more so than the trilogy. That trilogy game is rough.
Ooh, sir. Whoa. I mean, it is okay. The Die Hard trilogy game is a bit ropey, especially now. But you got 3 games for one. Basically, it's so exciting. You got the light gun game.
That's what they tried to tell you.
3D fighting thing, driving around the city. Yeah, it's weird though. Die Hard Arcade doesn't have that much Christmas stuff going on in it, does it?
I have no idea. I've played it once.
Oh, okay. It's great. Yeah. I used to play it all the time. It's been a while though since I've actually played it, so I can't actually remember. Mm-hmm. But Die Hard 2 in the trilogy game does actually have Christmas trees and stuff as you're like going around the airport shooting things. So yeah, okay. But yeah, it was tied in anyway because obviously it's a Christmas movie, as everyone knows.
Happy Dude says in the chat, how about the Nightmare Before Christmas games? Music had to reword the classic music from the movie because I assume they had the rights to the characters and the name, just not the music. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, there was that one on like Xbox and maybe PS2, Oogie Boogie's Nightmare or something. Yeah.
I have not played it.
I haven't either.
I also have a little embarrassing, well, not embarrassing, but I've got a little fact with you. I've only seen Nightmare Before Christmas once, and that was when it first came out, and I can't remember it at all. Literally.
That's all right.
I know the character's name is like, wait, it's called Jack, isn't he? That's all I can remember. Yeah, that's all I can remember.
Hot Topic will remind you, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. We need to change that, sir. Yes, we do. I need to pick that up. I need to buy it, watch it.
Do you have Hot Topics over there? The store Hot Topic?
No idea what that is.
That's what I meant. Yeah, okay, never mind. Well, that joke is lost. Hot Topic is a store that used to be, their tagline used to be all about the music, and you can get like band shirts, sometimes records there, and it was cool stuff, but now it's like all pop culture-y crap and like a wall of pops, and but they always have Nightmare Before Christmas stuff in there, just always.
Like even not a Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm sure there's a fashion line to that frickin' movie now. Iron Chef says, I find myself playing Police Knots around Christmas a lot. I haven't played that. I only know of it after playing Snatcher, and I know that it's not a sequel, but it's, another Kojima joint that's basically Lethal Weapon in space, from what I understand.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what Iron Chef there says as well. It has that good Lethal Weapon feel. So I think that was only on Saturn.
Apparently on PlayStation, Saturn, 3DO, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, and the PC 8000 series.
Wait, so it was on PSP?
Apparently so. I guess maybe one of those compilation things, maybe.
What the fuck? Yeah, maybe.
I'm going by what Wikipedia is telling me, so...
I don't know.
Well, actually, interesting. Now, actually, that came up on, like, the search results as PSP, but when I click on the actual Wikipedia entry, I don't see it on there. But anyway, it was on a few things.
Are you telling me Wikipedia is not correct?
Well,
How dare. That's impossible.
Anyway, yeah, so that I guess that our only bit of mail sack action.
And that's it. That's all we got.
As always, if you don't know about the show, we do our picks of the week, which is we look into the world of entertainment. So anything like books, movies, games, board games. We check them out and we tell you about them because we think they're fun. We're having fun with them. They may not be the best things in the world, but I want to mention them to you so you can get on with them in your lockdown world. So without further ado, Scotty, would you like to
I
tell
have
me?
this.
Oh, what is that?
This is Rachel's pop, but it's Jovi from the movie Elf.
Oh, okay. Is that a pick-up this week? Or
No, we've had that, but you've got your goddamned elf on a shelf on your about to eat your brain out of your ear or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate those things. God damn it.
I've never had one before until this year, and Kate and I have been taking it in turns to hide it around the flat. We've got a small flat.
Sheesh.
So it's just fun. Like, and it's just like suddenly like, you open a cupboard and there's like an elf in a teapot. It's like, or there's an elf in a light switch and stuff. It's just funny. I love it.
AJ and Ashley sent out Christmas cards this year, and on the back of it, he's as much of a fan of aliens as I am. And the final picture, which is now his Facebook profile picture, is the elf on a shelf bursting out like a chest burster, and there's blood everywhere. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna check that out.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Am I starting this? Who's kicking it off?
Yes. Well, I can kick it off if you want me to. Yeah, let's.
I don't have a lot to say about mine, so if you want to kick it off, go for it.
I can kick it off. So my pick this week is, if you are a long-term fan of the show, you may have heard a few weeks back or a few months back now, I was reading a book which is part of the Mistborn trilogy, which is by an author called Brandon Sanderson. And yeah, so I spoke about the first book a few episodes ago. I was loving it, basically. I thought it was amazing. The storyline is brilliant. It's about the first book is set in a fantasy world. There's like a demigod, effectively, called the Lord Ruler, who rules over the lands, and there's like a different tier system of people. There's like noblemen, who like hierarchy, who are super rich and stuff, and they have slaves basically and servants below them called Scar, who are very impoverished and they live in slums and stuff. And they're downtrodden, and basically, if they're killed, no one cares about them. And there's like a whole ministry element to the Lord Ruler. It's like the legal system almost, who like almost control the nobles, who then control the Scar. But effectively, the thing about the book is certain people in society have the ability to what they call burn metals. So if they swallow a certain special type of metal, they can then bring out a special power within them. Like that metal gives them a bit of power. Some people can only burn one type of metal, so they can't burn any others. And then you get some special people called Mistborn, who can burn all the different types of metal. And that basically makes them into like basically Jedis. They're like super powerful and stuff. But it's effectively about this whole resistance, like rebellion that's forming to like overthrow the Lord Ruler and stuff. I'm not going to spoil the books or anything, but basically I've now finished the third book in the trilogy. There are 3 books in the main trilogy, and then there's some other books afterwards. And seriously, this is like one of the best series of books I've ever read. There's only 3 books in it, and they're really good. They're not super short, they're not crazy long either. So don't expect like Lord of the Rings sort of length stuff. It's shorter than that, but I guess like the thick Harry Potter book length maybe is probably the best way to go about it. If you're familiar with Harry Potter books. It's not too bad, but it's the thing I love about it is so brilliant, because like each book stands out on its own as a story, a good story, but that tied together, it's like just this really epic sort of almost mini saga. And the thing I love about Brandon Sanderson, he writes very well. Like he writes in a very easy way to read. Like it's so easy to read. He doesn't go into too much detail in his descriptions, but it's very vivid, so you can actually completely see what he's trying to say. And the way he like writes fight scenes and stuff, and the character of the moment is brilliant, to the point that there's twists within each of the stories that I just wasn't expecting. And quite often, if I'm watching a TV show or movie with Kate, I'll often just be like, "That guy did it." Like as soon as someone walks on the camera, I'm like, "He told you." Yeah, she did it. Or the twist is this guy's going to be a woman, or something weird like that. I just seem to know.
He's got a curly mustache.
Yeah. But and quite often I find that in books as well. I read it and be like, oh, okay, this is clearly what's going to happen. But this book, there's a few twists I kind of did pick up on early on, but then there's some others which I just no idea would happen. And at the very end of the book, the very final book, again, I'm not going to ruin the ending, but it was a bittersweet moment almost, because I was half expecting and half wanting a certain series of events to happen. I in my head, I thought that's what's going to happen. And I almost wanted it to happen that way, but it didn't. So I was a bit disappointed. But the way it ended tied everything of all three books together. Like, it wasn't a bullshit ending. You know how like some books or some movies or whatever, TV shows or whatever, try to end a whole thing with like a bit of a twist or something, or a bit of a surprise, but it's just come out of nowhere. It's come out of left field. You're like, huh? How? What? This was not like that at all. Like, when it's first started talking about it, I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. Was I started to explain elements of it. I was like, holy crap. Like it's just the way certain words he uses in the earlier books and stuff come to light in the third book. And you're just like sitting there going, oh, wow, that's really good. So like his vision was amazing. So I'm really impressed with this book series. So yeah, if you want to get it, the whole series is called the Mistborn Trilogy. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson, I'm just blown away by his work. I've read a couple of other books and really like it. I know Anti-Chris mentioned before, like in our Discord chat, like he's a fan as well. So yeah, Scotty, have you got any questions or anything about it, or are you interested?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know that. No, I don't have any questions. I rarely get into books. I'm pretty confident Santa's bringing me Ready Player 2, so I have that to look forward to. Yeah. But
nice.
I mean, it sounds cool. I don't know. I feel like if there's a movie, I might be more interested in that. I'm not big on fantasy world really at all, unless you count Zelda and stuff. So just can't get into them.
That's totally fantasy. So
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Like this I found very approachable. Like I don't like some of the fantasy get out there. It's quite complicated. But this was a friend at work basically mentioned it to me, so I thought I'll give it a try. And I was just like, this is one of the best things I've ever read, so I'm really happy I've done it. That's my. I was going to go for something Christmassy, but I was like, I've just got to mention this one because it's quite coming towards the end of the year. This has been dominating my life for the last month. I've just been reading these books, being like, this is brilliant. So yeah, there we go. Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn Trilogy. Check it out. So Scotty,
cool,
you buddy. What is your pick of the week?
I have. Oh boy, sorry. Just saw something that. Yeah.
What?
I saw something in our feedback. I pasted the screenshot of all those basically porn YouTube accounts giving us quote unquote comments on our video, and then Anti-Chris chimed in and said, "Tell them I'm interested." Because one of the comments was at the 30-minute 27 mark for a video that's 27 minutes long. They said, "Anyone want to do this with me?" Smile, heart face, lips, heart, black heart emoji, whatever. The internet's great. My pick of the week is the series that Dr. Scottnick on YouTube has been doing, the Go Sega Stories. Not just because Anti-Chris was in the first one, along with our friends of the site Stevie Grant and Danny Russell of Sega. They talked about the Genesis in the first iteration. The next iteration he's done is about the Saturn, and I'm in it. That's not the only reason to recommend it, but he's a really good editor. A lot of cool things that he does with it. Like it's in 3:4 ratio or 4:3, whatever it is for tube TVs or whatever it used to be for that stuff. But pretty cool. Just people talking about what they're interested in with why they support Sega, why they're into like the Genesis and the Saturn. No surprise, I talked about Knights, but a lot of people talked about Knights, so I talk about Saturn Bomberman in mine as well.
Yes.
But yeah, Dr. Scottnick, I'll link the most recent video, but everyone can go check that out. I guess I could throw it in the Twitch chat right now, actually. Let me see if I can get this quickly enough. I don't know if I will be able to. But everyone should definitely look at those videos and support a cool... There it is. Okay. Support a cool idea that he's doing, and I'll throw that in the chat right now. That's the Saturn one. But Dr. Scottnick does cool stuff. He's in our Discord every now and again, does a lot of Sega-related things. He did a whole video about Shenmue, like, essentially, when he went to Japan, semi-recently, he went to all the locations of Shenmue, or as many as you could, and did a video about that. So he's got some cool stuff on there, Dr. Scott.
I love it.
That's my pick of the week, though.
Nice.
I guess.
Nice one. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. It's very interesting. Good to see some of the community involved as well. Some of our friends and in the community. And I'll watch and rate you, Scotty. How's that? Would you like that?
All right, sure.
I'll rate your performance. I'll rate your feedback on what you say about Saturn Bomberman.
I was nervous on it. I didn't feel like I did the best with it, but it's fine. It's in there. So
did he just ask you to do to the camera piece, or was he there like interviewing you and stuff?
No, he said answer these 4 or 5 questions basically, and I did a video, and that's why my Saturn collection behind me is actually a little more organized than it normally is, because I went to my mom's and got all my other cases and put them on the shelf and blah blah blah. I initially thought like, oh shit, I got to get my Saturn Bomberman case because I'm going to talk about that game. So I went to my mom's and was like, oh, it's not even here. I'll just grab every other case, and then Saturn Bomberman case was already here, oddly enough, or fittingly enough, but. So it was fun. It was good to do that and talk about stuff and talk about the Saturn. So, but Dr. Scottnick does a lot of good videos on there, online, on his site, on his channel, YouTube.
I love it. The internet, amazing.
Oh, and also my pick of the week is Christmas Nights. Yeah, there we go. Said it. Cool. All right, keep going.
That's fair. I mean, I think that should be everyone's pick. I was actually genuinely going to choose Christmas Nights, but I thought, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. But yeah, you've done it. So, also, other than reading the Mistborn trilogy, play Christmas Nights. Even if you got the HD version on Xbox and stuff, and PlayStation, not quite as good as the Saturn version, but still great. So play it, because you don't get to play as 3D Sonic running around, unfortunately. I don't know. Why did they remove that from the game? Like, what the hell?
I don't know. They basically don't. I don't think you have the presence to unlock at all in the HD version, if I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm sure you had the presence to unlock. But
really? It's been a while.
It's been a while. I only played it through it once. I was like, oh, that's cool. I think I enjoyed the Saturn version more because I could play Sonic. But I'm sure there was a... Oh, damn it. I'm always tempted just to Google it now.
I don't remember. No, I don't have a system hooked up. Otherwise, I could literally turn it on and find out. But I remember there's not as much in them as as that version, as the OG. Too many initials. The OG version of Nights, because you can Christmas Nights is in the OG version, or the HD re-release of Nights, and you can also play the Saturn visual mode, or whatever the hell they call it. But you don't have like the time synchronized things. Like if you switch it to April 1st, you play as Riala. Switch it to Valentine's Day, Hearts Fall instead of Snow and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It does. I'm just gone to Wikipedia again because I love it. But yeah, all it says about the HD version is includes Nights, includes Christmas Nights, but the 2-player mode and Sonic the Hedgehog level were removed. It doesn't actually mention the presence.
Oh, 2-player. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
not many people know that there was a versus mode in Nights also.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that much fun, to be honest, because you were just Nights versus Rihanna, basically. I think it was Paul. I don't know if it was like if you could be the kids running around the level or something as well, just trying to pick up something. I don't know, but yeah. So play Christmas Nights.
Open world Nightscape. How would they do an open world MMO Nights game? What would happen in that? Because I don't feel like you could adequately fly around. They tried to. Did you play Journey of Dreams at all on the Wii?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
There was an A-Life like. I think they were trying to replicate the Chow Gardens. You could actually go online and play, not play with people, but like share your little Nightopian dudes in. It was essentially just a green pasture with no background to it, maybe a skybox, I don't remember. And you could raise them and show them to people, but there was not much to it. I remember doing that with the Wii, but it's like, who went online and did anything with the Wii besides your news channel or whatever?
I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do on that game, even though I own it. That game was... when I first played that game, I was like, this is really fun. I'm enjoying this.
See if it says it on the back of the box. Yeah.
And then I finished playing it, and I was like, I was like, that was fun. Then I went back and played the original one. I was like, okay, that was not as much fun as the original. The original was way better.
Yeah, they didn't need to have voice acting or anything, in my opinion. Okay.
Voice acting.
Build your own mini dream world and visit your friend's world online.
Okay.
There's no way you're going to be able to see that screenshot, but it's just a kid running through the garden or whatever there.
Okay. Right, I can sort of see a figure of an outline and what looks like a hot air balloon in the background. I'm not sure.
No, that was the Nighttopian on a little parasol.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's cool. But I think it's possible to do some sort of full 3D nights. Like, even if it's like almost like, okay, so you've got the track in Sonic and Racing. I always forget how to say it. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Yes.
Yep. Sonic Transform for sure.
Sonic Racing Transform. Let's call it that. And so they've got that sort of track, which I think works really well. So you can do like a 3D flying around like that. I guess you can almost have it set up like a racetrack circuit almost in 3D. So that could be possible. So it doesn't have to be like a fully open world sort of game, but that sort of 3D element to it. Because I think that would work quite well. Yeah.
Get the right people making it. Okay, here we go. My Dream is your personal garden where you can watch A-Lifes, Nighttopians and Nightmarans. As you bring new A-Lifes in, the form and appearance of your My Dream world will change. Through Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, you can also visit other players' My Dreams or have others visit yours. Yeah, I guess you could. You could put objects in there. There's no actual talking. You just use like dumb word bubbles, icon messages and stuff.
Okay.
You can't decorate the environment. So, yeah, it's about as interactive as Animal Crossing, I would say.
The Wii really didn't have much voice compatibility online. I vaguely remember one game had like you could buy a special box thing which you could talk through or something, but I think everyone else had to own that as well. So there's no
the Wii Speak or something.
Yeah. Was it the Conduit, the first-person shooter that had that or something?
Probably. There is a 2-player mode in this where you do races and battles, and like, so you try to actually. I could see a race thing working, and if you like paraloop against your player or against your opponent, maybe they take damage or whatever.
Yeah, that could be fun.
The potential is there.
It's like a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 style 2-player battle racer. You're running through the same level. Yeah, I think that could be quite.
It says challenge family and friends to 2-player battle mode. Knight's Journey of Dreams, family game of the year.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. With that, let's move away from our picks of the week. As we say, you can buy, read the Mistborn trilogy, watch Dr. Scottnick's series, play Christmas Nights. Those are our picks of the week, basically. Moving on to our feature discussion, which is this week our favourite Christmas games that are not Christmas Nights. Because we've already mentioned Christmas Nights because it's great, but let's face it, Christmas Nights, as we're born and bred SEGA nerds here at Mega Visions, it's probably the only true Christmas game to play. So yeah, it's a perfect Christmas title. It's colourful, it's super fun, it's got great music, it's got tons of replayability, and back in the day, it was the first time you got to play as Sonic in 3D, which blew my tiny little mind, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to ask ourselves, what are our favourite Christmas games that are not Christmas Nights? And we're going to talk about our main game. We've got a couple of runners-up, I think, each as well. So, Scotty, do you want to crack it off with your main game?
Yeah, I can. I want to say first, shout out to my dumbass childhood self. I don't have the box art for Christmas Nights anymore because I thought it'd be real cool to take like the display the boxes of like my controllers and my guns and the console and cut them all up and make them into a big wall-shaped poster. So I totally did that with that demo box, I think, as well, which is just like one of those little envelope leaflet things. So I don't have the box art to Christmas Nights anymore because I was a goddamn idiot child. Very upset about that. Anyway, that aside, my Christmas game. What is this favorite Christmas game that's not Christmas Nights, essentially?
Basically, yeah.
Mine's Home Alone on the Genesis. Everybody remembers, I'm holding up the case right now. Everybody knows Macaulay Culkin slapping his face and holding it there, but everybody remembers him saying, "Holy cow," right? That's on the box
Is that
art.
what
It's
he
a
says?
dumb word bubble. That it does not happen ever in the movie. Maybe
Oh my
he
God.
says "Holy cow," but not
I've got
like
this game. I don't know if
not
they're
like
my
that.
copies.
Huh?
You keep talking, my friend.
Does your copy have? Yeah. So anyway, Home Alone is a strategic crime game. I don't know what to say about it. What you do is you slide around on your sled, and you grab power ups and stuff. What's yours look like there? Same thing, or
mine
what?
is the same. It's the same
It's
actually.
almost identical. Yeah, the
Yeah.
only difference is that old school Genesis or Mega Drive,
Yeah, basically.
like chrome look. I don't know which one I like more. It differs, like in terms of that logo itself. I will say that I do like this box art more than the later side thing they did with the red.
Move it across the screen slightly. There you go. That's a bit better. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Condensed camera angles. Yeah, I like the old school ones better, in my opinion. The black grid. I guess that followed from the Master System white grid. But anyway, Home Alone. You start out as a top-down view of skating around on your sled, sliding. Why can't I say sliding? Sliding around on your sled. Then you grab like power-ups and stuff, and grab ammo for the different guns and things like that. And you might say, like, what different guns? He only had a BB gun. Well, this is a prime example. What the hell is that other one you're holding up?
Oh, I just sorry. I'm just showing off the blue case. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah.
I think this one has that backwards box art. Oh, no. Xenocrisis did the old school Genesis one as well. But anyway, in Home Alone, this was in the 90s when they make a licensed game, they take major liberties with what goes on in the game. Like in Aladdin, he was throwing apples at people. Nobody remembers him ever throwing an apple at anybody. Or other stuff like that.
Didn't he?
Maybe he replaced an apple with something. I don't know. Anyway,
okay. Yeah.
Thing I'm getting to with Home Alone, what you do is you have to defend 5 houses in the neighborhood, and you if you go into a house before the wet bandits get in there, then you can lay traps. So it could be everything from putting tar on the floor to slow them down while you shoot them, to micro machines and toys on the floor to slip on them, to setting up a blowtorch to hit them in the face. Things like that. There's no paint cans, now that I think about it, anywhere, which is like, I feel like the iconic thing from Home Alone is getting hit in the head with a paint can, which would fucking hurt. But you can set up traps only when they're not in the house, and then you can go into the house and collect different things to use against them as well. So what happens when they get into the house? You have a ammo meter, you have a loot meter, and a pain meter. So you have to max out the pain meter, which is just like kick the shit out of the wet bandits to get them out of the house before they loot the house. And I believe once you get in there, the pain meter only counts when you're in the same house as them. Because I mentioned there are 5 houses, so you want to go to the houses ahead of time and set up the traps. Some of them, like there's a super modern techie house that has a service robot going around, and it'll shock them if they're in there. It'll shock you as well. There's an older house that has a ghost that'll electrocute you, or whatever as you're walking around. In the McAllister house in your home, they have the tarantula that's creeping around the ceiling, and it'll drop down and do damage to them. Probably the coolest thing about this game is how you can get different items and make different weapons. You have a pepper gun that makes them sneeze, something that shoots electricity that shocks them, a couple different versions of that. There's one that turns them into giant red rubber balls, and they bounce around. It's like that weird, like, blomp, blomp, blomp sound as they're rocking back and forth. There's a snowball gun that turns them into snowmen, things like that. So if you play on beginner, it suggests what you can do to you have to have, I think it's a launcher, ammo, and and like the platform, I think it is, for the guns or whatever. So you have to figure out which each of those are. In expert play, excuse me, you have to find these things to put together to make the weapons, to fire at them and stuff, and then you can also take them apart to use it for other weapons. But in beginner mode, it shows you, it like auto forms them together. In expert mode, you have to figure out what works together to make a gun. So it is significantly more challenging in that regard, in my opinion. And you collect BB gun ammo as well. But that's how you do damage to them. I played it through yesterday. It was kind of a lazier day for us, so thankfully I had time to sit down with this. And you have a time limit of like 20 minutes overall for the game. So you have to go to each house, get in there before them, lay the traps, wait for them to get in there, then do damage to them. And there's enough time in between that you can skate around. You can sled right around. God damn it. Slide around. I keep saying skate. And get in there and get ammo and get traps. I don't know how to get more traps, though. So what I found myself doing was going in there, laying traps, and then just trying to and like lure them to the tarantula or lure them to the robot or the ghost or whatever to pump up the pain meter.
Sorry, you actually just froze for a second. You sort of... Sorry about that.
What was the last thing you got from me?
You said you didn't know how to get more traps, basically.
I don't know how to get more traps in the game, so I would max out my guns and get more ammo and stuff for them. And then I'd lay a couple of traps, but otherwise I would rely on the house defense mechanisms, like this tarantula or the ghost or the robot, and run down the clock essentially I would just shoot them a bunch to do damage to them rather than rely on the traps. And it gives you a rating at the end. Eventually the cops come, and I forget what my rating on the Genesis version was different than I also played the Game Gear version, which is essentially just a lesser version of the Genesis game. Excuse me. Oh, I got Alert Citizen rank for the Game Gear version. The other one I got like Wimpy Defender or something. I don't remember on the Genesis version. It's a hard game. It can get difficult though if you don't know how to like prep beforehand. And it's fun and weird. I feel like the time limit makes it more digestible, but also more difficult because there's definite replay value with that. I could not imagine paying $50 for this and getting like 20 minutes of gameplay out of it or whatever it would have been back in the day. The Game Gear version actually has something different in one of the houses. There's a cat that's hanging out and can scratch and attack you. And also the heating, like those big heating vents in older houses, like the piping stuff, blows steam on you. That's not in the Genesis version, which I thought was interesting. But you collect tires, like spare tires or just car tires, and you lay them down in the house to jump higher and get items and stuff as well. This game is weird. Takes a lot of liberties because you never go into you go into one other, or Kevin goes in one other house in the movie, I remember, like at the very end, because he's walking through the water that they always started flooding the house and stuff of. But that's what happens if they loot the house. It says like the wet bandits got it, and the house just all turns blue on the outside, so like you can't go back into that house or whatever. I'd be interested to watch like a perfect run. Oh, after I played through the Genesis one, I thought I'd try to find like Game Genie codes to max out something to see like if I could get the best time or whatever, but there just aren't any. There's Game Genie codes for the SNES version, but not the Genesis version. So it's a cool game. It's a weird game. It's definitely not for everybody. I posted a picture of it plugged into my Genesis and also plugged into my 32X to say just research to try to get people interested in what we were talking about. Of course, the only reply was, heard this game is bad. And there's another reply about the Genesis itself or something. But also with that, found out my copy of the game does not work. So fuck the guy that I bought it from at Too Many Games. I got it cheap and it's complete. It's got the instructions, the fun like permanent marks all over it. So I have to find the cartridge itself again, which now is not the time to try to find a Home Alone game cheaply. So I'll look for that later on. But so since my cartridge wasn't eligible, I found another way to play it, we'll say, and enjoyed that. I kind of want to try the Super Nintendo version. The second game is very different, and it's just a straight up platformer. I don't remember if you lay traps at all, and you're like fighting the hotel staff and whatever, Tim Curry and everything. This game is weird and difficult, and I could see it being fun to play with a buddy. Have you ever played? You own it, but have you ever played it, Graham?
I have not, because I actually picked this up. I think I picked it up earlier this year, which I haven't actually got around to. There's a lot of retro games I've been picking up this year to try and build up my collection, which I just haven't played, to be honest. But yes, I own it, never played it, so I'm interested. It sounds really fun because I don't know. In my head, I was like, "Oh, it's going to be not that interesting." But from what you described, I sort of assumed it was going to be like just a basic platform game. But from what you described, it's a lot more intricate. It sounds really good.
It is. You will not. I can almost guarantee you'll get frustrated the first time you try it because it does not spell out anything.
Right.
I didn't even look at the manual, but I kind of went with what I remembered, how the game goes and everything like that. It's such a weird, cool idea. In the table of contents, the fifth thing, everything has a fucking exclamation point next to it. It says like, crooks beware, take control, getting started, sled power. It's pretty good.
Well, I don't have the manual of mine. It's a box, but it doesn't actually have the manual. I've got some stickers on the inside, but yeah, no manual, just the cartridge and the box, which is a bit annoying. But
ew. I remember there's a glue gun as well, and it just looks like fucking mucus. They're just like dripping with glue all over their body. I don't think glue was ever used in the movie that I recall. Oh, I think that's a spot of blood.
He used something. So one of them got like feathers stuck to him. So there was some sort of gluey substance. Was that tar or? I can't remember what it was now, but there's some sort of gluey substance he had on him.
You're right. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
Cellophane. He walked into cellophane in the door in the entrance or whatever.
And that had sort of glue on it, did it, or something?
It got stuck to him, and then I don't remember. Even though I just sort of watched this movie, I honestly don't remember.
So actually, I should have mentioned this in my I've been doing this recently. So my work was hosting a Christmas drive-in movie. There's like a place that has Christmas drive-in movies. And so the whole company got tickets to go to it because that's something we could sort of kind of do together, but in like a lockdown fashion because you're in your own car, you're socially distancing. Annoyingly, I was not allowed to leave my region, so I couldn't go to it. But they streamed it online via Zoom as well. Like one guy basically got his laptop and stuck it on the dashboard. So he's in his car on the dashboard. It was also raining that evening, so occasionally he had to wipe his screen. But it was really blurry to watch it. And lucky I've seen that movie so many times, but I was just sort of sitting here kind of semi-half watching it while I was doing some other stuff on my computer. But so yeah, I saw it recently and I can't remember what happened in it now. Like, I can't remember those intricate details. I just remember, I know that he got chicken feathers on him and stuff.
Yes, he did get essentially tarred and feathered. And there's a word for that I forget. I also just looked up the freaking weapons list for this in the manual. It's got a full page. So I have not explored this fully. And apparently there's a couple you can only make in expert. One is called a rope rifle, which basically sounds like you're going to hang somebody. There's the rope launcher and rope mortar. There's the sonic wave gun and also the flashbulb shotgun. So if that's like a shotgun blast of light bulbs or something.
Oh, wow. That would be good.
It gets lethal.
So this is like
it's
kind
such
of
a weird, crazy thing.
It seems like early Dead Rising style stuff. Like Dead Rising, you can manufacture crazy weapons.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Oh, thank you for avoiding those. Avoid ZFT. But it also shows, that's what it is, platform, operator, and ammo. So I don't know if the viewers can see that at all. It's probably really blurry how you redeem stuff and put it together. This is a good idea, though. And honestly, I would have to make a note of it to note what freaking weapons I'm making. I don't know. It's a weird, cool game. Maybe I'll stream it Tuesday as one last Christmassy game
fun.
or something.
I think we should. That sounds like we
give it a shot. I feel like it doesn't get a lot of love, and people think it's too convoluted to enjoy. Should I mention my runner-up, or do we do those after? Or
how do you want to do it? I can do my main one, then we can talk about runners-up afterwards if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and do yours.
Cool. So annoyingly, I don't have the box for any of my picks. They're actually at my parents' house, which I can't go to because of the world right now. Can't actually go to their house, which is really annoying. But my pick, my favorite Christmas game that is not Christmas night is James Pond 2 RoboCod. Are you aware of this game at all, Scotty?
I'm aware of the fucking James Pond games.
Your heavy sigh sounds like you're not into them, or you don't like the idea.
Yeah, they're dumb. I mean, any game that's based off a pun is probably not amazing.
No,
I'm trying to find a way to get the box art to
They're genuinely good games. So the original James Pond, you were a fish, basically in a tuxedo, trying to take down Dr. Maybe, And
Okay.
it's just it's kind of like a basic fun platform game, the original one, even though you are fishing underwater. James Pond 2 Robocod, it's a very different game, basically. It's still a platform game, but you're out of water. You're in like a Robocop style suit.
How about this? I found a picture of the box art. How about I turn off my camera, turn on my screen share, and that replaces my camera for a second? Will that mess things up or make it great?
That might work. I don't know if
let's give it a shot.
Okay,
let's just give it a shot.
The stream right now. Okay,
ladies and gentlemen.
If I switch to this, that screen doesn't work. Damn it!
Is it still trying to show my icon? Isn't it?
It's not. I'm trying to change to a different one of the different setups we've got, but it wasn't working either.
Professional.
So you may as well.
Probably doesn't matter that much.
They can't see. They can't see it. It's not even showing.
Sorry, everybody.
Unless I can bring it up on my screen.
I'll just
wait. I've got an idea. Robocod, James Pond 2. James Pond 2 Robocod.
Yeah. So instead of James Bond, it's James Pond. He's a goldfish out of water somehow. None of it makes sense, but they said it's the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
The Wild West of... you would not see this game happen today. There are a bunch of these, too, I think.
There's three. There's at least three, because I've all on the Mega Drive. So, okay,
the box art I found is Amiga 1200. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, that's just as bad. There you go. I hope you can see that. Yes. There we go. So,
I hope everyone's enjoying that. He just held it up to the listeners. He just held up his laptop that had the box art on the screen. So that's what you get with Megavisions here.
Ever the professionals. But no, seriously, it's a great game. So, as I sort of mentioned, James Pond 1, you're a fish underwater swimming around and stuff, and it's kind of like a platform game. James Pond 2 is also a platform game, but it's like, as the pun name suggests, you are like Robocop. You've got this cool metal suit thing. But it's set at Christmas. In fact, it's set at the North Pole. You are at Santa Claus's massive giant workshop castle place, basically. And the whole point is Dr. Maybe has taken over the castle, the Santa's workshop, and enslaved his minions, which are not elves for some reason. They're penguins. So they're like these little Santa's helpers are all penguins, and he's kind of enslaved them to do his own building. And he's turned all these toys against you as well. And the whole idea is meant to sort of save this workshop, save Christmas, effectively. But it's really cool. So there's over 50 levels or something. There's a lot of levels in this game. The levels are really colourful, really bright, really fun. The best way to do is actually just watch a video, but you can't shoot guns in James Pond 2. There's no actual weapons you have. You have to jump on enemies and stuff. Like Robocop can like crouch and like turn his body to make it smaller, and so he like slams into enemies to make him a bit heavier. But he can also stretch. His metal body lets him stretch infinitely almost. So if there's like a platform really high above you, you can reach up and just like keep stretching and grab it. And if an enemy flies into you or hits you, you come back down again. But if there's no enemies near you, you can stretch up. You can literally go up an entire level, grab the ceiling, and like sort of move along the ceiling and stuff. It's very clever the way they've done it. I've never played a platform game like it, to be honest. It's got kind of like Alex Kidd vibe in certain areas, because you can actually get in vehicles. You can get in cars, planes, even a flying bathtub, which I think is hilarious. You can also get some other pickups. You get like angel wings, which help you fly around and stuff. And the levels are really, well, they're not massive compared to today's standards, but back in the day, they're actually decent sized levels. Lots of little hidden pickups and stuff to find, or areas to go to. And yeah, it's just a really great game. Some really big bosses as well, like bosses that take up the entire screen. So it's really impressive. Visually, it's a great game. The music is really good. Lots of Christmassy music. They also have if you go into the sound test mode, they've actually got a version of the RoboCop theme, like. Oh,
I don't remember. Sure.
Yeah,
I don't remember the RoboCop theme.
Okay,
this was on Master System apparently too.
Yeah, it's on a ton of things. It's on Game Gear, Master System, Amiga, Mega Drive, Genesis. What else was it on? I think it came out later on like the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS. It's on the SNES, Game Boy, PlayStation 2. It's basically anything with a screen it was on at one point. It's almost like the Sonic the Hedgehog before Sonic the Hedgehog came on everything, basically. And
yeah,
it's a great game. It's a really fun game. There's also like hidden cheats and stuff. Like there's certain you get these random pickups, like little items you pick up, like cakes and apples and stuff. And sometimes in certain areas, if you pick up them in certain order, you get different things. Like at the start, there's on a roof near the start, there's these things you can pick up. Like there's a cake, hammer, earth, apple, tap, which spells out the word cheat. So if you pick them up in that order,
Captain Planet.
You then unlock all the levels in the game. So you can actually cheat that way and actually unlock everything in the game.
Oh, interesting.
I think it also gives you invincibility as well. So it's like a game-breaking cheat at the very start of the game. But it's just like they had hidden things like that, which if you found out, worked it out, like, oh my God, this is great. So yeah, there's not more I can say about it. It's just a fun, very Christmassy game.
I pasted a link to the cover art in the Twitch chat for the Commodore 64. You want to describe anything that's on that cover art? Because it's absolutely absurd.
I mean, do you want me to hold up the thing to the camera again so people can see? Or?
Well, no, I mean, like for the listeners, because he doesn't look like a fish at all. He looks like a Ninja Turtle on his head with like really? No bandana, and then they're just his fins. But I don't know how they got away with not getting sued by the RoboCop people, because that torso is definitely just straight up RoboCop.
Yeah, like that arm in particular, the arm like mechanics look very much like RoboCop. Yeah. There's a
large ballerina with a large parasol above her.
Yeah. Standing
with a typewriter next to her, and like it looks like mana like potions. I don't know what that is on the floor.
There's some penguins with like a burger next to them as well.
Yeah, with the cheeseburger for some reason.
And a car with floating teeth in front of it. Like little those
jokey gag teeth. And
he's
I guess
mean,
that's Dr.
He's green, he's part machine. That's the tagline. Mm-hmm. Come on, why would you not want to play this game?
What is Dr. Evil Anti-Santa?
Doctor Maybe.
Yeah, he's got a teddy bear opened and I guess reprogramming it.
Yep.
Christmas.
It's so good. It doesn't, nothing about the game, like from the box art screams Christmas, but this is one of the most Christmassy games you could ever play, because it is in the North Pole at Christmas time, basically saving Santa. It's great.
Yep.
Wow. So, Scotty, what are your runs? Have I beaten it? Yes, I beat it years and years ago. I actually did beat the game. I actually beat it fair and square as well, not just with the cheats on. So I have beaten it fair and square. That was so long ago that I can't even remember. This is one of those. This is back when you got given a game and you're a kid. You couldn't really afford other games, so you played a game over and over again until you beat it, or you just cried and got bored and stuff. So yeah, fantastic. And James Bond 3 is completely different. You're in space, like on the moon. And everything's named after cheeses and stuff. You've got like Gorgonzola Valley and crazy places like that. And the mechanics in that game are also very different to this one. So yeah, we can't even go into that game because that's a game for another time to talk about. But it's brilliant.
Is there like a play on words from Moonraker, since that's the space-based James Bond?
Yeah, I think there was actually for that one. James Bond 3. I think it's just called Operation Starfish or something, which is not...
bated breath here. Yeah, let's go.
Let's quickly find out. Yeah, James Bond 3 Operation Starfish. So yeah,
you knew that, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the third and last game in the James Bond series, apparently. So there was no more after that.
Wasn't there like an Olympic Games based?
Oh yes, there was. There was. Yes, I forgot what that's called now. That was. Yeah, I mean, wow, I didn't really like that Olympics game one. Was that called? Oh wait!
Back in the day,
he returned in James Bond in the Deathly Shallows for the iPhone and iPad in 2011. That's one reason to get an iPad, I think. That Olympics game was called the Aquatic Games. So yeah, that's like a spin-off game. But wow.
Yeah, I found it. The Aquatic Games starring James Bond and the Aquabats. So maybe that rock band. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's so good.
Sheesh.
Oh, the original name for James Bond 3 apparently was going to be James Bond 3 Splash Gordon. A bit like Flash Gordon, set in space. I don't know why they changed it. It's a bit annoying. So
Gordon
good.
was called.
Yeah, it's almost like the Super Mario World for their Mega Drive. That's how I can describe James Bond 3.
Holy crap. Okay. You might have to fight somebody about that.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, okay, let's move on. What were your runners up, buddy? What were your runners up?
I only had one really. I didn't give it much thought, but Blue Stinger is wonky as hell survival horror, the brightest survival horror game you'll ever play, the cheeriest one. It does take place around Christmas, so there is Christmas music played in it, and you also do encounter references to Pen Triicelon in it as well. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, which surprised me because they're not made by the same company at all, are they?
I don't know. They're not actually, which is very strange.
Yeah,
they might be both Acclaim or something. I forget, or Activision. I don't remember.
I feel like in the UK at least they weren't the same company that made them, but maybe in America it was same publishers or something.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. That's another game I want to give some publicity to is Blue Stinger at some point. It's difficult. Some parts of it are just like so wonky that it's not fun, but my version's also wigged out on me before.
See, the thing I like about Blue Stinger is, which most survival horror, like Resident Evil, I'm going to say most survival horrors, Resident Evil doesn't do, is you can actually fight using your feet and fists and stuff. You can actually
it does have melee.
Which always annoys me in Resident Evil games. It's like a zombie's about to attack me. Oh, I've just run out of ammo. I've got a shitty knife, which I can just about... It's just like...
Throw your gun at them.
Yeah, it's like, if a zombie was after me, I would definitely do some kicking and maybe even some biting of my own. You know.
It's made by the same people that made Ill Bleed, we should also mention. So it's campy as hell.
Yeah.
Blue Stinger was a launch game. I think that was the first time a console launched with a survival horror game as well.
Ooh, that's a good little factoid there. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Japanese version was slightly different in that they had fixed camera angles, didn't they? Was the Western version was the cameras was more behind and could move around and stuff, whereas the Japanese one was a bit more like traditional Resident Evil, where it was stuck in like a corner, for example, and then it would change when you walk past it. But I quite like the Western version for that. Like it was all right. You got the full 3D environment. You could experience it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the camera. Oh, he agrees. Sometimes the camera was a little difficult to navigate, and I think if there was any game that would have benefited from a second stick, it would have been Blue Stinger probably. And Iron Chef mentions some Dreamcast related news. If you want to get into that before your runners up, or we
So Iron Chef just mentioned, did you about the Dreamcast findings? There's a Simpsons cell shaded game found in a dev kit. Yes, we have heard about it. I know the Dreamcastic channel on YouTube actually showed off some video footage of it. So I think it's on the Dreamcast Talk forum. Maybe someone found an old dev kit, they found the Simpsons random Simpsons game, which was never released on the Dreamcast. And I'm not entirely sure. I haven't actually had a chance to actually look at the video or anything. I think, are you a fly on the wall or something? Or there's a cell shaded Simpsons game, which it looks gorgeous. It actually looks like a cartoon.
If you go into our Discord under the Sega Gaming channel, I posted his link about it. PC Wizard is who does this amazing work. He is like 80% of keeping the Dreamcast community relevant, I'd say. He's one of the people that has made the DreamPie, which lets you play Dreamcast games online currently. But he's been digging into dev kits and stuff, and did find it's called the Simpsons Bug Squad. And there's a screenshot of just the like title screen, and also you're some sort of weird bug cockroach sort of dealy. And it looks like you're on the kitchen table, and you can see like Homer in the background. And then there's another screenshot of him on the floor. Not Homer on the floor, but you're the bug. So I don't know if it's like a Mr. Mosquito Simpsons version or what. That and another one I think called Time to Kill or something like that. A first-person shooter was recently discovered. And he got a video of it, or like an updated thing. Let me see if I can find his account quick enough here. My internet. I'm sorry if I sound like a robot suddenly.
these screenshots of the Simpsons game look amazing to me, though. They look so good. Like, I'd love to be able to get my hands on it. Like, quickly. Actually,
Take the Bullet was the name of the other game. He showed off some footage of playing a level in it. Iron Chef says there's also a solution for a cheap broadband adapter using Atomus Wave arcade parts.
Ooh,
I did see that post recently as well. Crazy stuff, people. Crazy stuff.
It's all kicking off with the Dreamcast. I love it. Do you know if the Simpsons game is playable? Like, can we actually download it, or is they just?
I don't know. Okay. I could load up this forum thing. I have a broken Dreamcast dev kit. Was wondering if I'm allowed to post the hard drive files on here, and then doesn't look like they.
I know Dreamcastic channel did do a video of it. So, actually, Iron Chef is saying yes, you can download it. So I know what I'm going to do this week. I've got to work this week, but while I'm working, I'll also try and download that and see what I can do. See if I can play it, because that's going to be fun. Yeah, I found the mega link. Iron Chef, if you're able to share that would be lovely. If not, I can try and Google it and try and find it. But yeah.
I think I found it as well.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I'll just quickly go on to my my runners up for my picks. So again, I actually don't have the boxes with me, which is really annoying. But one of my picks is Batman Returns. Probably not the one you were thinking of. My one is Batman Returns on the Game Gear. Most people talk about Batman Returns on the Genesis or Mega Drive or even the Super Nintendo. I love the Game Gear version. And if anyone's played the Master System version, ignore the Master System version. The Game Gear version. The Game Gear Master System versions are very similar, but the Game Gear version is more playable and I think it's more fun. So reason why I'm saying Christmas game is because, if you don't know, Batman Returns is set at Christmas. In the game, there's like a bit of a wintry Christmas theme going on. It's snowing and stuff, and when you enter certain levels, you do see Christmas elements to it. But Batman Returns on the Game Gear is one of my favourite superhero games of all time. It reminds me a bit of, this could sound weird, it's almost like you could be almost like a Spider-Man game, comparable, because in it, the way you fight, you throw like batarangs at people, like his little boomerang things, and but they're like on like a little cord thing, so they fly out and they come back to you. But you can also use it you can use a grappling hook, but you can also use your grappling hook to swing and then like launch another grappling hook. So you're almost like Spider-Man swinging on levels. You can actually pull that off in this game. And the way the levels are built, they're mostly left to right, but they have got some element of height to them. So you traverse by going up and down the levels and across, and it's just a fun, brilliant platformer. It's one of my favourite platformers of all time. It follows the movie as best as it can, considering it's a 2D platform game. The levels are all basically based off the movie. They follow the same story. There's some of the same characters from the movie as well. Like, how well do you know the movie? Do you know the movie quite well, or?
Not that well. I do know that people have started the argument now that Batman Returns as a Christmas movie, replacing it with the Die Hard argument, because that's what you do on the internet. But yeah.
I mean, Batman Returns, to me, it's always been a Christmas movie. It's literally set at Christmas. There's a bit where a lady is turning on Christmas lights. To me, it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, okay. Isn't that the opening scene, I think, or something? Lighting up the tree or something, I forget.
There might be, I think there's a couple of bits where they sort of look at lighting up trees actually in the movie. I can't remember the actual opening. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I need to watch it again. Yeah. But it's set at Christmas time, basically. Right. Like because the shop's all decked out with Christmas stuff and everything. So, and it's a great game. So I highly recommend it. Game Gear, Batman Returns. I prefer it to the Mega Drive version. Mega Drive version is very different. I prefer the levels. I prefer the gameplay in this. It's just great. Great fun. In fact, I might try and stream it one day, because I've got my Retro Freak, which has the ability to play Game Gear games. So get that going. Or I might find an alternative method, but maybe just use a Retro Freak is probably the best way. Probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah, and then my other runner-up, which is Toy Commander, the Christmas demo. So if you don't know, Toy Commander had the main game, which is brilliant. It's one of my favourite Dreamcast games. You enjoy it as well, don't you, Scotty? Or am I just?
Yeah, I think you and I are some of the strongest advocates for it.
Oh yeah, it's a great game. It's such a fun game. But the official Dreamcast magazine in I assume America and the UK, they released they had demo discs obviously, and they had demo disc 1 which had a whole playable level of Toy Commander, but at Christmas. So it's like Christmas themed missions basically. They also had a summer one as well, which no one seems to talk about, but there's definitely a summer one because I remember playing it and it's actually really fun. The Christmas one though is really good. It's really fun. And have you got it there, Scotty? Scotty's picking up some.
This is the game itself, Toy Commander, but if you can find the demo disc for the magazine that looks like this, it's got Cal the Kangaroo on it. It's from January 2001, Volume 10. This has the holiday mission. You can see
I'm just going
really small. It says Toy Commander Holiday Mission. But this is we streamed it one year during the marathon, but it's got it says playable demos, F355 Challenge, Passione Rosa, Sega Marine Fishing, Cal the Kangaroo, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Rogue Spear, Pod Speed Zone, Speed Devils Online Racing, Toy Commander Holiday Mission. And then, non-playable Phantasy Star Online, Evil Dead, Hail to the King, Grandia 2. And it does have the Sega Dreamcast web browser 2.0 with SEGA Net.
Oh, nice.
But that is the one. I did actually find this on the internet for the sole purpose of playing that holiday mission myself.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I actually don't have that one with me, annoyingly, but I do have Dream On Volume 11 in Europe, at least, has the
oh my.
You're not going to be able to see it on here. That writing is terrible. But there's a Toy Commander Summer demo, which I just mentioned as well. So there was a summer mission they did as well, moving away from Christmas. But yeah, most people don't talk about the
summer mode.
So
yeah, what is that?
Demo,
how's that summary?
Essentially, from what I can remember, there's like one of the main levels, one of the main rooms. They've kind of decked out the bottom of the room with sand, and there's like a big puddle of water. So it's almost like a beach theme. And I can't remember the mission. There's something you have to do, like pick up some stuff or drop some stuff off on the beach. Actually, I think there's like toxic waste barrels or something on the beach which you have to collect and get rid of, or something like that. It's
all right. Sure.
It's been a while. I think I played it once or twice. It lasts like 5 minutes. It's really short demo.
I kind of want to look it up. I'm looking it up now. I'm curious what that could possibly be. Or I'm sorry if I get robotic for a moment here, people. I would like to have some screenshots. Nothing. Oh, it does show that Wacky Races demo. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that stuff in mind, should we give like a shout out to the Christmas DLC you could get for some games that we've enjoyed?
Yeah.
Like the thing that comes to mind is, of course, the Sonic Adventure add-on for Station Square.
Mm-hmm.
It would literally just put a Christmas tree in the middle of Station Square in different areas. And I think Sonic Adventure 2, they had Halloween costumes. Did they have Christmas costumes? I don't remember.
I don't actually remember Christmas one for number 2, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
I'll just type in Christmas Dreamcast and see what happens. There was a Christmas Seaman package console deal. Someone's selling it for a low price of $1,200 right now.
Oh, wow. So yeah, that game, there's nothing different about that game. They just repackaged it in Japan. So they did a Christmas version of Seaman, which was just the box was Christmassy. But it's limited edition and rare, so yeah. Well,
the Reddit forums don't help too much because it says Sonic Adventure, Shenmue, It Snows, and then Blue Stinger. Thanks for nothing, Internet.
Oh, man. There are some other great Christmas games out there as well. Like Days Before Christmas. Don't know if you know about that one. You're actually playing Santa Claus in that game.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I did have a whole list up earlier, and now I don't have that in front of me.
What about your whatever Days of Christmas? No, we won't pull the curtain back too far on that.
No, don't something was planned this year which got cancelled last minute because lack of time and everything and real life world stuff going on. But maybe next year.
Iron Chef asks, you can do Christmas stuff in Shenmue. I don't remember that you can, unless you're talking to Santa.
Yeah, all I remember is talking to Santa and Santa appearing. Was there something else you could do?
And then they say, don't freaking speed run Shenmue. No, I will not bother with that. Thank you. I don't remember any other Christmas DLC related stuff. I guess I was thinking mainly of Sonic Adventure and all that crazy stuff you could do with the Dreamcast because it had a modem.
Oh yeah.
You Christmas with Nozomi. You do? Her outfit was kind of Christmassy to begin with, just like a sweater and a plaid skirt thing, right?
Yeah, I guess I can't actually remember. I guess maybe you could speak to Nozomi at the time, and it's been a while since I played that, so I can't really remember. I forgot Bayonetta 2's got a Christmassy theme as well. Don't know if you remember that.
Oh, really?
At the very start, at least, I've never actually finished Bayonetta 2 because I got it quite late on and never got around to finishing it. But at the very start, at least, it's sort of set during Christmas time. So there's the opening cutscene, there's Christmas shopping going on and stuff like that. So bit of a Christmas related thing there going on. It's great. And,
nice.
Yeah. Sorry, what's going on in the chat?
Oh, look who's in the chat now, Mr. Baron Von Powell. There's some cool Christmas stuff going on in PSO2 right now. So Phantasy Star Online 2 right now. Lots of cool decorations in the lobby. Brings back old memories of playing the OG PSO on Dreamcast back in the day.
Okay,
the OG
cool.
PSO on DC.
Yo. Iron Chef also mentions the Segata Sanshiro game on the Saturn that actually had a Christmas level.
Okay. I didn't know
vaguely remember.
That checks out, that he would have had his own game.
Oh yeah, he had his own game. Japan only, unfortunately. But I vaguely remember there was meant to be a Christmas level in that, so got to play that game.
Nice.
Yeah. That's it for me, actually. That's all my runners up and the main game. Check James Bond 2, Robocod. Check it out. But so yeah, I guess unless the chat's got any other games you want to shout out about that are Christmas related, they're not Christmas nights.
I don't know. I'm going to see if we're going to raid somebody. We'll see who's playing what here, so we can cost somebody
Choose wisely, sir. Choose wisely.
Some viewers, yeah. Looks like no one is online right now, so let me refresh here. But if you are watching this on Twitch, scroll right on down, hit up that Patreon link. You do still have some time to donate to our Extra Life page, which is still just creeping below 2,000. It'd be cool to hit that milestone. And we've got reviews on the site. I reviewed Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, Bubble Bobble 4 Friends, and there's one coming up for the new Space Invaders version of that, Infinite or whatever it's called. I forget exactly. And we got streams. We post a stream schedule now every Sunday or Monday. So I might do some Home Alone this coming Tuesday.
Ooh,
people watching live, that might have already happened. Thursday Night Throwdown, I'm not sure we're doing yet. And then we've got stuff on Fridays and Saturdays as well. I think TJ's coming back this week with Monday to play some Phantasy Star Online or something.
Excellent.
I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. All right, let's try to find somebody playing something. And how many people are actually streaming anything right now? Yeah, go for it. What's up?
I was once again unable to get my Arcade Racing Legends Dreamcast review up, but I will endeavour to do that tomorrow because I'm just going to put up the written one on the website because the video one's just not going to happen at the moment. Hopefully, I'll get something done up. But I endeavour to get that up tomorrow. So check out. Well, by the time for any live watchers, Monday should go up. For anyone watching this video not live, hopefully it'll be up on the website already. So check that out, please. And yeah, so I think that does it for the section for the show. Have you got any other last minute things, Scotty?
Nope. I'm just trying to find somebody to raid, but nobody's playing anything. Everybody's off on a Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, man, what is going on? So I guess
I don't know.
Be the end. But thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully your Christmases will be good. Depending, I know this is a weird Christmas this year. Don't know what is going on for most people, but hopefully it's a bit better than what's happening in the UK, where everything's on lockdown basically. Hope you get
be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe. That's the main thing. It's better to be safe than want to just have a booze up with some friends. So be safe. But I hope you have a good one. That's for sure.
I'm trying so hard to find anyone. Ron Funches is playing NBA Street Volume 2. That's something, right? I'm just going to type in Dreamcast. Let's see if that happens. If that gets us anyone. Hearthstone. God damn it, people. God damn it, people. But But otherwise, guys, yeah, be safe out there and be smart. And no one's playing anything. All right.
We just have to
Fuck
end it,
this.
then.
We'll go ahead and raid Ron Funches then. Let me get his name here.
Sounds good.
Just to get some people. So he's a comedian. He's playing some NBA Street right now, guys. So that's goofy and weird, I guess. But all right, I've still got our chat up. Oh, do I? There we go. That's gonna do it, though, guys.
Cool.
Keep an eye out for whatever else we're doing.
Excellent. Have a great Christmas and be excellent to each other.
See ya. Rating. Honey, I gotta tell you about this sandwich. Here are the questions that you don't bother asking us. Nobody likes us, so we don't have anything. So here we go with the questions. Doesn't matter what we're saying, cause nobody listens and everybody really hates us.
Beautiful.
That's the show, everybody.